Alright, this is gonna be a little more scuffed. I'm not at home right now, but I'm gonna do VOD review. This is gonna be a low plat tracer VOD. That being said, I am by no means a tracer expert, but I'm going to try and dissect what I can see and see if I can't find anything to help better this player. Alright, what's your composition? Do you never hit tab? That was like a quick one. It doesn't matter. Got Winston, Lucio, Ball. There it is. You flashed it quick. There. Alright, let's pull up my EpiPen. Starting to get a little sick too. Got an update to download. Okay. Somber Tracer dive. Yes, yes. It's a 6-deck. Composition should be intact. I would say your job on this composition is going to be like obvious tracer duties, applying pressure to the backline. More importantly, trying to follow up your dive, your hack targets. That's going to be a big priority for you. Your dive targets called out by your tanks. Those are also going to be big priorities for you. Probably going to have to play health packs here. You have hacked health packs, so that shouldn't be a big deal, but just so you, like, I would say, like, every time you start a game, just, like, look at your team composition and figure out what your role is in it. Okay, I like the angle you're taking here to start it. Taking the 1v1 on the Hanzo, that's good. Alright. I like this distance you're holding, too. I think Tracer's effective fall off is around 10 meters, so, like, it's a lot easier to track a target the further away you are, but obviously if you're too far away, your damage is just going to fall off. You're going to be useless, but here I would even like to see you maybe even take this angle and come in here. Because their team, I believe, is like right here. So what you're doing is fine. You're just sitting at an angle, kind of, not really flanking, but like, you're getting an angle and you're just kind of like pestering them. Oops. So, nothing wrong with that. Good call. They call the Hanzo, you go the Hanzo. Now you notice how fast he goes down too. If someone's calling something, or you see like both your tanks in a general area, it's usually a safe bet to focus that. He didn't even get like you didn't even get fourth the clip in him before he died. So like here, following up your tank's fine, I suppose. So you like pretend like you're gonna go there, and then you don't. That was a good tracking on the Lucio. I don't really like how you went in and kind of wasted your rewind. You're still down 4 seconds. There, I would have liked to see you finish that target. I think, unless I'm mistaken, that's a melee. That's a melee. You could blink melee, he'd be dead. You could still be blinking in melee. She's not even healing him. Honestly, insane. That was that was an unlucky rewind. Nothing more about that. Let's see where you going here. See, I like this angle you're taking. It was just I'd rather you, like, whenever they push out, come in here and occupy that space. You're here with your Sombra, that's good. I like the geometries you guys are taking. There you go. Now you're taking that space. Pulse bomb still found a kill. That's perfectly fine. Alright, so you got bubble out. I would call that. Ooh. What could you have done differently there? So you're taking this angle again, perfectly fine. You see the Hanzo arrows coming out, you're respecting it. Alright. You see his storm arrows out. Big pick on the Lucio. So here, I would be telling your team to go aggro if you can. Tell them you got the Lucio, they might not be paying attention. I would say here, instead of like backing yourself down into that corner, when you take that fight with that Hanzo, keep taking this angle, soft engaging, and then instead of going here, you go back out to your left to get that health pack. If you go back and then go to the right, go this way. Instead, you went this way. Your team's over here. You want to get to them. Over here, that Lucio is going to be respawning. It's going to put you at a disadvantage. Anything that your team kills is going to be respawning. So you're putting yourself between here and here to get the health pack here. So as they come in, they're going to collapse on you. They didn't even get the chance to collapse on you, but Hanzo just headshot your ass, so. I would say next time back to the right, because I'm more than positive there's a Mega to your right as well. You could have took that. Yeah, it was just a really good shot by the Hanzo. Your main tank fed. Tracking could be a little bit better. So like here, for instance, let me look and see how this goes. Here, so really good tracers with really good tracking. There are several different aim labs. What else do you have? Aim Hero. There's like something called Kovacs Aim something. I don't know. I've seen other people on Discord playing it, but all these things are really good for your aim. So you either have to do two things here. I would say you either need to, one, just aim at the head, forehead, or two, give yourself a distance between the two to where when you take this fight, it's so much easier to track. So like, here, it's kind of a, there you go. I'm just gonna load up. My I by no means am a good at aiming, or like I can give you like YouTube videos to go and look at aiming, but the only thing I can really tell you is like oh nope. Don't need a tutorial. I can show you the difference between so one thing I would do if you're not familiar with, so it's about 10 meters. This is about your fall off range. See, 10. Spread's doing decent. Further back you get, further back you get. This is like really bad for you, right? You can see that super fucking bad, right? So about 10 meters, that's about your fall off range. So here you're doing max damage. What I would recommend to you, when you took that fight, you're probably about like 5-6 meters away. So when you're doing a fight like that, the closer you get, like, okay, notice that when I'm up close in his face, the tracking you have to do is way harder. And if he's moving, it makes it even harder on you, right? Now watch, the same movement I'm doing, so like from here to here is about what I was trying to do. Oh, let's try and get right up in his face here. Really dramatize that. Now watch when I'm way at 10 meters, which is about your fall off range again. That crosshair, it's so much easier to track when you're further away. So you either have to practice, get really good at getting up in people's faces, or you gotta play your distance as Tracer. I mean, 5 to 10, that's usually your sweet spot, right? You're out of Reinhardt swings, you can kind of juke Zarya bubbles, shit like that, right? But that's about all I'd have to say about that. See here, you're like chasing into him super hard. Yeah, see here, you're probably closer to like 5 meters and under. Which again, there's nothing wrong with. You're going to make it harder for the Hanzo to hit you, so I guess it's decent to do. You also run the risk of him just barrel stuffing you, but you either got to track that better, or you got to try and use your distances as Tracer better. I would say here, you're really not trying to... I kind of like that juke there. I thought maybe you're going to try and like re-engage there, but resetting's probably your best bet. Okay. So you see the EMP come out? Alright, you're down, you're up 2 right now. So what I would do, yep, you see the Moira? That's good focus. Moira, no fit. Here, okay, so you're doing really good. You're focusing the Moira. That's exactly what you want to do. That's perfectly fine. You see her just like free farming your team. Again, you're tracking. I mean, for your elo, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but try to put a little bit more of a distance. There, you see Moira use Fade. If Moira doesn't have Fade, she's a super susceptible target, right? That's like her biggest ability is that Fade. Like if you take that away from her here, okay, I guess I could see focusing Genji. He's low. You have your team helping you focus him. Yeah, see that Moira is just right-clicking and left-clicking and right-clicking. You could have taken that Moira out of the fight. I don't know if you would have won it. You probably should have. You were up 2. Alright, so Moira's just throwing out her heal resource. That Hanzo's just got your number this game too. Okay. Here, instead of engaging with your team here, which I guess is still not a bad option. Don't get me wrong, it's probably a-okay. But maybe a better option were to go out and around, go into the point, and attack them from that way. One, you're going to apply pressure on the point, which is going to force them to move, right? And then 2, you're going to be in their backline. So sometimes as Tracer, you don't have to just frag and get kills, right? Like that's obviously like a nice thing for you to do. But sometimes just being an absolute pest is like even better. You don't have to always. Here, I think you're just trying to follow up your... Alright, that was a good stick. He was low. I like that. I like the melee. Okay, you got that. Good. I like the blink. I think he thought she was going to right click. Alright. Next round. I'm assuming we lose this. Your ball just killed himself. I don't really like... Hold on, let me... Before I say something. Does he dink you super hard? Yeah. Even here, I think you could have easily had blinked. The play would have been to blink back like this. And then remember, there's a mega on the other side of that gap. It's like, this is the point. Right? And this is... No man's... You can blink across that. Get that med pack. Try to save your recall as like a last resort thing. Because sometimes if you use your recalls, like... That's a huge cooldown for you. That's a 12-second cooldown. So when you use your recall and then you take another fight, you kind of put a lot of pressure into your team to heal you, keep you up. I mean, I don't mind the spray damage. It's unlucky you got clipped. See, like there, maybe taking a different angle would have been better. I'd say target priority there was probably an issue too. You could have focused a lot better targets, but so like here again, this gap right here, you can cross that with blink. If you jump blink, it's way faster to get back to the point than like going all the way around. I don't know if you know that or not, but maybe there's a reason I'm not thinking. But yeah, you'd be able to cross that. Maybe you're trying to go for a long flank. 1v1 on the soldier is kind of difficult. Moira no fade. See, I don't know if I like you eating your pulse bomb on the... See, like here you're against a Moira Lucio, so like your job's gonna be incredibly difficult. I'm trying not to be like too critical of it. Good melee. That's one thing I'd like to see more is your melees. Ideally you want to hold that. Oh. It's like here. That's your 10-meter range. Kind of take fire. Shoot at this guy, right? And even if like you come up maybe like 2, maybe 3 meters, never closer than that 5. If you come up and in and out of this, what you can do is just blink melee and you can finish all of it. So what you're looking for on squishies is about 1 bar of health. That can be finished with a melee. So, look for that. Same idea with Winston. Winston should almost always have melee kills. I don't mind that. That's good focus. They're calling the Rhine. Focus the Rhine. Good. Farming your ult on the hog. Beautiful. I wish I knew more about Tracer to like actually critique the like micro things, the text you're using. Alright. Here it feels like, oh, you got hacked. I didn't really like that angle there that you took. So like, I think your team calls that they're going left here. What I would say is a better, always think of Tracer, think of Tracer as like, what's your job, right? Your job's not to like frontline, you're not Reaper, you're not, fuck yeah, you're not like a DPS that sits in the front line and does damage, right? If they're coming this way, usually the way a team moves is it's tanks, DPS, healers, right? Your tanks are shielding, the DPS do damage through the shield, the healers heal both of them. Your job as Tracer is here, had you gone around here, or had you been patient and sat here, and then waited for them to crest into server here, or white, sorry, not server, thinking next map. If you wait till they go white room in here, what you can do is even just do like I said before, where you have that no man's land here, blink across, and then pressure them through here. And you're safe, right? So, like, you have to be comfortable with Tracer, but, like, you're safe. You could be applying pressure to them over on this range here, and then jump up and blink backwards. You can just hit S and blink, and you'll blink back over that gap. Just make sure you don't kill yourself, but, some of those things I would practice, like, just knowing the distances of your blink and things like that. But here, what happens is they're pushing through here, and you're sitting right here. I mean, it's unfortunate the Sombra was here to hack you, but, like, this positioning right here is, like, really rough for you. You're not going to survive runs, are you? At all. Moira Lucia is hard enough for you to pressure, but, like, think of just trying to distract the backline. If anything, even if you don't frag, just think of trying to distract the backline. So, like, here, you're gonna get the mini, no big deal, but you see here, you're just waiting. That's another thing, too, I can rant about. What you'll notice with really good Overwatch players, and then what you'll notice with decent Overwatch players, is every single second of every match, especially in Control, you're constantly trying to do something, whether that's burning enemy cooldowns, whether that's scouting the enemy location, whether that's applying pressure to the backline, whatever you're doing, always try to be doing something. If you find yourself not doing something, that takes away from your damage per 10 minutes, it takes away from your eliminations, and more importantly, if you don't have any kind of line of sight of the enemy and where they're moving, then it's a guessing game. I don't know if you ever played a MOBA, but that, like, the fog of war where you can't see anything, you don't know where people at. You want to eliminate that as much as possible in Overwatch. You kind of knew they were coming through here, but here you're gonna watch, you're gonna go in there, you get the mini, and then you sit here, and I don't know if you just weren't sure what to do next, but you get hacked and you can't follow up your tank, your ball kills himself, your supports are now trying to, like, frag and do something. Their enemy team, you just lost 3 and they're not there again. You can jump over that unless you're trying to get a flank. Your tanks are just killing themselves. Yeah, so that'll be another thing. Armor nerf kind of helps Tracer a little bit. Tracer's in a really balanced, really strong spot right now. She's not overpowered, she's not underpowered. But her pulse bomb is still nerfed. It still only does, was it 300? Am I mistaken, or 2? Yeah, this 300 max. It's a area. It has an area of effect of 5. So you have 300 damage. Ryan there was full health, had a Moira on him, and then he has armor. Like, you're gonna stick that Ryan and he's gonna lose 20 health. So here, I think a better use of your ult would have been, honestly, to not use it at all. Your team's dead, you're dying. Maybe next time you guys do a fight, you can maybe stick the Lucio, which I know is a hard as hell target. Stick the Soldier, that's even easier. Yeah, your team shouldn't be going, oh, it's Wrecking Ball. Okay, I like this angle you're taking. Again, you gotta either be clipping that soldier or putting a lot of pressure on him. He was definitely killable there. He got EMP. There's nothing you can do there. Okay, you guys have a Reinhardt now. Again, you're playing Tracer, like frontline Tracer. What I would like to see you do here is... Oh, you're taking the 1v1 on the traits, Sombra. Do you sticker? Sticker. Well, you got her anyways, okay. You pulse to health, I guess that's something. That's not bad. Team's freaking out. Okay, the soldier kills himself. Okay, let's listen to this. You should have one clipped that Lucio. That Lucio should not have gotten away. I'll pause it. So here, let's try and get the exact moment. You blink up to it. You blink up to it. You need to be, you're aiming like right here. I think if you aimed a little bit higher, you probably could have got those dinks. Another thing you're doing is you push up, you barrel down into him, and then you like let go. When what you should have done was like pursue it even harder, try and stay within melee range, and then, because he's not using his speed right now, he's using his healing because he's scared of you. Just double down on this guy. There you go, good melee. Alright, you did it anyways. I critiqued you for something you didn't even do. Alright, that Moira's gotta go. Thank you, good focus. I don't like that pulse bomb. I don't like how close you got to him, but I'll take. It's a good hook. I don't think you guys can retake here. He touched.
I pinned their soldier into your minefield, but I'm dead after that. Yeah. They have Moira Lucio. They have way more burst heals. I can't sustain the front line like that.
Okay.
And then the no ability.
Okay, let's go to the next map.
I wasn't able to do it.
McCree, okay, let's go. Now here, where I'd like you to be is in a 6v6. Probably you want to stay with your front line. You're just a huge form of CC, and then just enable your Rhine to do as much as possible. Your right click's a fucking massive damage dealer. That's unlucky. That's unlucky.
Oh my god, dude, they blew it up.
Okay. The only thing I would say there is either play more McCree and realize what your flashbang distance is, or if you're not comfortable in McCree, tell your main tank to move up. I like the flashbang there. That McCree just flanked. That's a wipe on your team. Not much you could do there. There should have been some communication. Not even fucking around. Just right clicking. I like it. I like you checking your flanks. Alright. You guys should get wiped here. That was a good shatter. Good work, man. Not even scared. Nice. You're fragging out, dude. It's unfortunate your tanks went, but other than that, not bad. Good cleanup. Good frag. Okay, where are we at here? I like the right click from like 50 meters away, but... Ooh, how did that hit you? That's interesting. Oh, you had one in the clip. That's super unlucky. It's a wipe for your team.
Help me, help me.
I don't mind the right click to apply pressure to the shield. That's not the worst thing.
Where are we at? Where are we at?
Main tank fed. You got grabbed. That's unlucky. Oh. Let's see if I can't find one thing. I feel like I skipped through that pretty hard. Really, that was just your team feeding the whole fucking time. There, I probably would try to keep an eye on your healing resource. Or your healing resource, your fucking ammo. Try not to right click a shield that's like 10 meters away, or like 100 meters away. I would like reserve that for something that's in your face. Or just keep holding left click. I should not have hit you though. That was weird. Weird interaction. But
I think we can win. Don't have to.
let's see.
Where are we at? Where are we at?
Yeah, your tank's fed. McCree's not bad though. I mean, other than you took one bad flashbang duel with the other McCree, you right clicked, but you had no ammo. You're right clicking from about like half the map away. I'd reserve that to your left click, but the McCree gameplay wasn't bad. You played more of like a defensive McCree, which isn't a bad thing. But I would just either do like 1v1 lobbies with McCree, get used to like the flashbang. But other than that, I think the McCree was honestly pretty good. A little spice at the end, but I think that's the end of the map. I don't know what all that is, but I'm not gonna watch it. So hopefully this helped you. I'm sorry I'm not like exactly a DPS main, but certain positioning things I can definitely tell. Like positioning with McCree was really good. Tracer, like it was interesting. I'm not sure if you were scared because the Hanzo had shut you down a couple times, or what the case was, but it's kind of hard to play Tracer into their composition regardless. So, all right, that will be it. Peace out, dudes.